I thank the chairman, and I also thank the ranking member, Mr. Cummings, in his statement. He's absolutely right. This is not a Republican issue, a Democrat issue. This is an American issue. I don't want it to be the political football, but we in the United States of America are self-critical. It's one of the beauties of our nation is we do hold ourselves accountable, and so I appreciate, Chairman, you holding this hearing. We have wonderful men and women who serve this nation. They do it patriotically. They do it, they put their lives in the line. They walk away from their families and their spouses. They don't know what the day is going to bring them, and they do so in a very, very honorable way, and we thank them for their service and their dedication. But I have serious concerns about the current leadership. I have concerns about training, and I have concerns about protocol, and that's what I want to get at today. Since the current director has taken on this role, it's also important to note that she was the Chief of Staff since 2008. And so over the last several years, it's not good enough to just simply excuse this as something we were trying to clean up before because she was the Chief of Staff starting in 2008. I'm concerned about her leadership and the mixed messages that are sent to those that serve in the Secret Service. For instance, after the fence jumping incident, the Secret Service was very quick to put out a statement that honored the officers and agents for their, quote, tremendous restraint. Tremendous restraint is not what we're looking for. Tremendous restraint is not the goal and the objective. It sends a very mixed message. The message should be overwhelming force. If one person can hop that wall, hop that fence, and run unimpeded all the way into an open door at the White House, don't praise them for tremendous restraint. That's not the goal. That's not what we're looking for. If there were alarms that were inside the door that were muted or silenced, I want to know why that is. Who makes that call and decision? That, to me, is a leadership decision. I think at some point we need to go back and review the 2013 Inspector General's report, which actually said there's not a problem here, but has over 1,000 indications of security concerns. In the opening statement, say we have to be 100% right all the time. Everybody agrees with that. And yet the Inspector General's report is pretty damning when it comes and looks at what the agents are feeling like happens within the agency itself. Very concerned about the 2011 incident. I'm thankful for the Washington Post and Carol Leonnig and what she did in their reporting there. As best I can tell from the spot report as well as the article in the Washington Post, the event in 2011 where 8 shots were fired at the White House, you had no less than 5 Secret Service agents report that they thought they heard shots fired. You had somebody on Twitter report that they saw somebody shoot at the White House. There were 2 people in 2 different shuttle vans who reported that they saw somebody firing a weapon at the White House. Blocks away, moments later, somebody crashes a vehicle, an assault rifle is in there, and yet the Secret Service is on the scene, and nobody ties those 2 together. I don't understand that. Later, the Arlington County Police actually detained this person. He had been positively identified based on that vehicle was there, but nobody put it into the system to put him on the watch list. Consequently, when the Arlington County Police pull him over, they take his picture and they let him go. And it was only the Pennsylvania police 5 days later that actually find this person. Now he's serving some 25 years in jail, but he could have done a lot more damage. If the director is truly going to take full responsibility, I think your opening statement and the goals you have should also talk about leadership. Because as I talk to the whistleblowers at the Secret Service and others, they're concerned about leadership. I'm also concerned about training. As I look at the 2015 budget request from the White House, on page 39, there's a basic class totals, and I want to run through these numbers because it's important on the training aspect. Under special agent basic classes, in 2009 there were 8 classes, in 2010 there were 8 classes, in 2011 there were 5 classes, 2012 there were no classes, in 2013 there was 1 class. In the Uniform Division Basic class, 2009, 11. 2010, there were 11 classes. 2010, 11 classes. In 2011, there were 6 classes. Then in 2012, there was 1 class. 2013, 1 class. And you look at the budget line appropriation for this, it didn't go down. It's maintained basically the same. Why did that training diminish? And then finally, Mr. Chairman, I worry about protocol. Again, I mentioned tremendous restraint is what the Secret Service touted. That's not the objective. If you project weakness, it invites attacks. We want to see overwhelming force. If a would-be intruder cannot be stopped by a dog or intercepted by a person, perhaps more lethal force is necessary, and I want those Secret Service agents and officers to know at least this member of Congress has their back. Don't let somebody get close to the president. Don't let somebody get close to his family. Don't let them get in the White House, ever. And if they have to take action that's lethal, I will have their back. In this day and age of ISIL and terrorists and IEDs and dirty bombs, we don't know what's going on underneath that person's clothing. If they want to penetrate that, they need to know that they are going to perhaps be killed. That's the message we should be sending every single time. And that's the kind of Secret Service that I expect. I thank them again for their service, their dedication. We love them, we care for them, but we need better leadership. It's not happening. I yield back.
Thank the gentleman.